Welcome back to Rip City Rundown. It's great to have you all here. We'll be recapping Game 1 of the 2023-2024 season. The Blazers fall to the Clippers. I'm still recording this game with about a couple minutes left. In fact, we've cut it to about 10, so if any of y'all had the Blazers on the spread, you're still watching the game with some real interest. I did not. I guess we can start off there. 10-point game right now, but it did not look like that at all. It looked way worse. The Blazers came out poor. And for those people that said this team is going to be better than you think, I will invite you to think again and come back to reality with the rest of us. This team is young. This team is inexperienced. This team has no continuity with one another. It was always going to be ugly early. This is part of the process. I'm not that upset. I know some people who have playoff aspirations will be upset, and that's okay. I want my team to succeed, but I also am realistic in understanding that this team is a long, long ways away from really being competitive. But I'm excited to see what this team does over the course of the season. Let's start off with, I wrote down some key thoughts from the game. Let's talk about Scoot. Scoot's going to be the guy who is the kind of the poster child of what we view as progress this year. If Scoot improves, we'll be like, this team's improving. If Scoot looks as bad as he did tonight, we'll start having doubts. Probably unfairly because it's still very early. Scoot looked lost out there. Scoot had some bad turnovers. It looked a little like he was forcing a little bit. First play of the game, we win the tip. Thibault lobs it over to Scoot casually. Turnover goes out of bounds. Not putting blame on anyone for that play, but just kind of a funny start to a season that a lot of people expect to be kind of disappointing. I don't really know where to go with Scoot here. Okay, so he has 4 turnovers in the game. They seem to happen all really early, too. I mean, it was really kind of the start you didn't want to see from your number 3 pick. But again, and I will harp on this for the whole season, I'm going to give Scoot this whole year. I don't care if he has a bad game in Game 81. He's a rookie. He's not supposed to have it all figured out. The key is that he grows and progresses as the year goes along. Scoot had a lot of good ideas. Bad execution turned into turnovers, but good ideas. Scoot had a skip pass that got picked, but it was a great look, and it would have resulted in a wide open 3. You also had Brogdon on the wing there. You go to Brogdon, swing the extra pass. Maybe if Scoot's playing a little better, he doesn't try to force that over the top into the corner to, I believe it was Thibault. Things like that, game 22, game 32, Scoot maybe doesn't turn it over there. He maybe takes an extra dribble, draws the defender, and then gets a better angle for that corner pass. Those are the things I'm looking for. So tonight, yes, Scoot looked bad, and it's okay to be like, rough game from Scoot. But let's give the man some time. I will give him all the time in the world because it's his first NBA game. How many people come out and set the NBA on fire? I mean, even Wemby only had like 15. He played well, but he only had like 15. Scoot ended up with 11 on 5 of 11 shooting. Another guy I want to talk about that I wrote down, Malcolm Brogdon. Malcolm Brogdon, led the Blazers in points tonight with 20 off the bench. Went 8 for 16, 3 for 5 from 3. Dude is a legit veteran presence, and I wrote down Brogdon will bring a much-needed veteran presence to this team. This team is young, guard heavy. I kind of joked to myself when they took Scoot out of the game and for the first time and Brogdon came in, it looked like we were finally running an NBA offense with Brogdon kind of pulling the strings. Brogdon was on the Celtics last year, won 6th Man of the Year. The dude knows how to play high-level basketball. I think it's going to be a good relationship between Brogdon and Portland. I think he's going to be able to get his legs under him. He's going to be able to get fully healthy again, showcase his skills and talents to the rest of the league. Portland will be able to showcase Brogdon's skills and talents to the rest of the league. And I think Brogdon wants to contend for a championship. He's in that stage of his career, similar to Drew Holiday, but I think the Blazers wait till the deadline. And I don't want to get ahead of myself and think about Brogdon leaving. But games like this are encouraging because not only do they kind of show the youngins, the young guys, how to run an offense and what to do, where where to find and get to your spots, but he's also boosting his value. That's a win for the Blazer fans. That's a win for us. That's a positive from the night in a game with not many of them. Another thing I wrote down, Shaedon Sharpe. Let's talk about Sharpe. Sharpe looked very active on the glass. He had a couple putback dunks. In fact, a lot of Blazers did. I saw Thibault had one. And Sharpe was, at least in the first half, I thought he was really kind of being aggressive, being a little feisty. Sharpe had a couple ticky-tack fouls called him. He's got to get called on him. He's got to get away from the hand checking. That's just, in today's NBA, that's going to get called every time. But Sharpe and Brogdon could form a nice little backcourt off the bench. I think Sharpe, he didn't really, he's a microwave scorer. He can get hot, similar to Simons. Simons with much more higher ceiling. But I think Shaedon Sharpe is a guy to watch this season. I think last year he kind of had the deer in headlights a little bit, which again, rookies, that's all right. Year 2, I want to see an improvement from Sharpe. I want to see a little bit more creativity off the dribble. I want to see a little bit more poise when you have the ball in your hands, whether it's going to get to a spot to shoot or whether it's, staying within the offense and passing and moving, screening, whatever, Chauncey's got him cooking right now, which is probably pretty scrambled considering the lack of continuity on this team. But Sharpe looked good in the minutes he played. I thought he brought some energy. Of course, he had his fair share of whoopsies, bad turnover, bad shot. But that's just going to be expected right now. That's just going to be expected. Let's talk about Ayton. DeAndre Ayton, 4 points, 12 boards, 1 assist, 3 steals and a block. He kind of filled up the stat sheet. Funny enough, he was the best starter in terms of plus minus at a -5. The starters were just terrible tonight. What do you expect against Kawhi and PG? But Ayton, he only took 4 shots. For this team to be successful, I get that your future is in the hands of the backcourt in the sense you need to develop those guys. Scoot playing 36 minutes shows that. Ayton only played 23. Scoot playing 36 minutes and getting up 11 shots, which is in his first game looking uncomfortable, that number will go up, trust me. Ayton only getting 4 shots is a little surprising to me. I think similar to Jeremy, Jeremy did take 12, but I'd like to see Ayton get the ball more in the post. I'd like to see, some offense be run through Ayton. It's kind of similar to how Philly does it with Embiid. Of course, Ayton's not going to be as successful as Embiid is in Philly, but still, that could, help spacing a little bit, because the spacing was not good tonight at all. We don't have shooters. It's Simons. Simons is really the only perimeter threat, truly, on this team. And I think playing a little more inside-out basketball, getting the ball into Ayton, letting him, go one-on-one. He's a good finisher. Letting him go one-on-one, letting him pass out of the post. I think that could benefit this squad, and I think we'll see that. But I was a little surprised to see him not get any real opportunities in the post. Another thing with Ayton, it was with Time Lord too, Robert Williams. Their minutes together were a little wonky, a little interesting. I noticed that because, as soon as we traded for Robert Williams, that was the kind of the big question was, will these two guys play together? Will they not? Obviously it didn't provide the spark we needed to come back in the game, but I think it's something that Chauncey will experiment with, especially over the course of the first half of the season, playing with some Time Lord and Ayton minutes together, see what they can do, because, neither one are a threat from the outside, so again, spacing, which will be a theme, at least early. Spacing is going to be bad. But Ayton and Time Lord, Zubats and Plumlee worked them on the glass. Of course, I'm not going to make opinions after one game. It's just an observation. This team, I guarantee you, got out rebounded tonight. Blazers had 40, Clippers had 45. Wasn't that far off, but in terms of offensive rebounds, we had 15. They had 14, so it was close. But, I saw a few too many instances of offensive chances. And, of course, when you're a team that is going to be lacking in the talent department against most other NBA squads. You're going to need to really battle on the glass and muck up the game, which leads me to my final point. The defense. Defense looked pretty active tonight. I'm actually pleased. I'm pleased with how the defense looked. I know we gave up 123, but if you watch the preseason, 123 is not that bad. We were giving up some big-time numbers in the preseason. We had 10 steals as a team. Clippers had 11. Again, pretty even there. The turnovers were going to... Again, Clippers had 7... We forced the Clippers into 17 turnovers. I mean, that's pretty good. I thought we were active in the passing lanes. I thought our bigs were active. I thought Robert Williams provided a nice vertical threat. I thought Ayton played. I know Zubats is not the most skilled offensive big man. Thibault did his thing. Even, Scoot got bumped a couple times by Russ. Kind of welcome to the NBA. Like, let me push you off the spot. But I thought Scoot held his own well. I don't recall a lot of times me being like, wow, Scoot is just blowing coverages. Yes, there were a few blown coverages early. Again, this team is young. But I am encouraged by the defense. It's definitely a new style. I don't feel the need to necessarily hide anyone. Ant, maybe. I think Shaden has the tools to be a good defender. Scoot, strong. So, yeah, I'm encouraged by the defense. Anything else I have here? I don't think so. Well, we're 0-1. Next game is the home opener against the Magic, who just blew out the Rockets tonight, who are probably the other Western Conference team kind of on our level. Be nice to get a win to open. But again, guys, just the big picture here of progress and improvement, okay? This game was pretty ugly, which is it's a bad thing because you don't want to play ugly basketball. It's a good thing because we're going to see growth. And that's what I'm wanting to see. So, thank you guys for watching. We will have a podcast next Tuesday. And I'm not sure if we'll do a reaction to the Magic game. If we win, probably should. Because, again, guys, there's not going to be that many of those this year. But I still want everyone to be optimistic about the year because of just the new era. It's a new just direction this team's going in. It is refreshing a little bit. And I promise this team will figure it out at some point. It might not result in wins, but it will result in more competitive and pretty basketball. Tonight was the first game of an era with a lot of rookies. So don't be too disheartened. The Clippers are for real. That's all I have for tonight, guys. Comment down below if you think Scoot will make a 3 against the Magic, because he didn't make one tonight against the Clippers. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it a lot. We'll see you next time.